Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. Welcome to the Vampire Stream. I don't think I'm gonna go that long. I just have a few things I want to talk about on the Vampire Stream. Waiting for the ghouls and goblins to wake up. Lil Feezy says new media. Ron Burgundy says checkmate on the Vampire Stream. We just talking about it, people. Shout out to Ego and Oakland from DC. Man, shout out to the great fans of boxing. Oh man, it's looking bad out here. It's looking bad out in these streets. I'm really actually disappointed with YouTube. Like, whatever new protocol they're doing or algorithm is really a hindrance to what we got going on. You know what I mean? I'm getting a slew of people talking about they're not getting notifications for videos too, not just live stream. It's just like, man, it's crazy. I gotta figure this stuff out. How y'all making $1 billion, but you can't get that working? Shout out to Jules Dell. He said Ego was popping. Man, this is the Vampire Stream. We just enjoying life, living life. It's looking ugly out here in these streets, though. Not for Ego's Army, not for new media, but for all the people with agendas. They wanted to hate so bad. And I told y'all. Some of y'all gotta really take this L and grow from it. You know? I understand standing up for what you believe in. Trust me. If anybody understands that, I understand that. I understand being a martyr. But a lot of these dudes, they didn't believe what they said. So if you sitting up here riding for a false cause that you know in your heart of all hearts you do not believe in, you're not gonna make it. The sharks will eat you. Ego's Army will eat you. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I put out on this channel, you know, especially if you guys can tell when I'm passionate, certain subject matters or whatever, right? I mean it. What do I think about Andrade and Billy Joe Saunders? It's an awesome fight. You know, both guys needed this type of fight, to be honest, because they both have had inactivity. You know, Andrade, he moved up to 160. He fought, you know, not really a big name, Alantez Fox, but he's big. You know, he's like 6'5" or something. He beat him handedly, and then he kind of disappeared, you know, which has been kind of customary for Andrade's last 4 years of his career for various reasons. So it's about time he got a big fight. This is his biggest fight in a while. Same thing with Billy Joe Saunders. He was supposed to fight Martin Murray 2-3 times. Kept getting injured and all types of shit. He thought he was fighting Golovkin. That's probably the real reason he pulled out. And he ain't fought since Lemieux. He looked impressive, very impressive versus Lemieux. However, he does this. Like, he'll fight Andy Lee and then disappear for a year. And then fight Wolverine, and he didn't look good in that fight with that Wolverine looking dude. You know, then he'll come back. You know, he's just up and down. So I think they both need it, to be honest. Who you think can get the win? That's anybody's ball game. I would favor Andrade. He has the height. He's a skillful boxer. They're both southpaws. I mean, it's a good fight. I'm not like my pick is they both have probably an equal inactivity. You know, they've both been out probably a year or close to it. So it's really anybody's fight, you know, with stuff like that considered. But I lean towards Andrade. Hey, Diego 619 Kelly Factor is petty. He said AJ and Hearn are lying cowards. Papa had to tell the truth. Hey, you petty for that. You petty. Hey, what's done in the dark comes to light. My man Barry turned state evidence and he told the whole operation. There's no, that was the ultimate death blow. Shout out to Ron Burgundy. He said Barry snitched on his son. What excuse is Eddie gonna come up with now? Bro, I feel like older people, you know, I'm not saying it in a disrespectful way, the Vampire Stream. Older people are like kids, you know, where they're just going to tell you what the fuck it is. Like, they don't have time. They've been on this earth so long and stuff. Like, they don't have time to beat around the bush and sugarcoat it. Like, you talk to Bob Arum, you know, he liable to cuss you out if you ask him some stupid shit. Because, you know, you know how many thousands of press conferences he's been in. He's probably heard some stupid ass questions, you know, and he's been on this earth a long time. You know, he's just probably cranky. He's just like, what are you talking about? Are you stupid? Like, and Barry Hearn was just trying to fish. That man was trying to catch him some trout or something. He was trying to get a bass. So he didn't feel like, you know, I can't. It's different. When you're younger, you could do certain things like keep up with lies and, you know, poker face it. Barry Hearn was like, I got to stop running. I just got to just say this. I got to tell you what it is. Shout out to Barry Hearn. He new media now. Much love from New York. We with you. New media. Hashtag new media. Hashtag ego army. Ego back on another live stream. Gang, gang. How can I not be when we winning? You know what I mean? What? See, I told y'all. Smash the like button too if you just joining us. I told you guys. This video on IFL TV, the Barry Hearn interview, was a death blow. How come all these people, these propaganda channels and writers, why didn't they pin up an article immediately? Why didn't they do a video immediately? You know, if there's Eddie Hearn does an interview, right? And he says, oh, I don't think the Tyson Fury fight's going to happen with Wilder. He's probably going to pull out. They'll be quick to do a video on some shit like that. You know what I mean? Why didn't they do a video on this? For months, you've been telling us it was Wilder's fault. And then Barry Hearn turned state's evidence. He threw his own son in the whole operation under the bus. What are you going to say now? Like, honestly. What's your new excuse? Oh, he's biased against his son. You can't say he's an American like you do to me. You can't say, the black channel. Why do the black... You can't do that. He's not black. So what are you going to say now? You tell me. What's the late? It was a hologram. He was drunk. He didn't mean it like that. Oh, Scant Rants, that's good. He said he's jealous of AJ. Yeah, like they try to do to Lennox Lewis and anybody that opens their mouth. You know what I mean? Why would Lennox Lewis be jealous of AJ when he's done what AJ has done and more in boxing? You know, he was undisputed. He beat a Mike Tyson. He beat Evander Holyfield. He beat Hassan Rahman. You know, he beat Tommy Morrison. He beat David Tua. He beat Shannon the Cannon Briggs. He beat Oliver McCall and avenged that loss. You know, he beat Vitaly Klitschko. What the fuck reason would he have to be jealous? Oh, I'm super jealous of Anthony Joshua's 20 fights when he did more. These dudes is idiots, man. These man fans, I told y'all, and this will be their downfall. So watch what happens to these channels. I tried to warn them. Y'all know I did. I tried to warn them what was imminent, because you're sitting up here arguing day in and day out on a false, basically like a false, some lies, propaganda, an agenda. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you arguing for a false cause. So that's who takes the hit the hardest, because they were way off the mark. Yeah, YouTube's... Nah, I don't know if it's just my channel. Listen. These dudes are getting body bagged. If y'all ready to hear this, shout out to IFL TV for dropping this. If y'all ready to hear this, can I get a hell yeah for my vampires on the vampire stream? I got the ether right here. If y'all ready for this ether, can I get a hell yeah on the vampire stream? Oh boy.
Playing a business that's got a 10-year lifespan, you don't rush it. You know, I said to AJ, he asked me my honest opinion. I said, if you told me you were going to retire in 6 months' time, I'd tell you to fight Deontay Wilder now. If you tell me you're here for the long run, I say that fight can only get bigger. And also, you don't take chances. You don't go to the other bloke's backyard when you don't need to. The money is insignificant different.
So if it's your personal preference, you would choose for AJ to fight him in 2 years' time from now?
2 years would be the maximum. The most likely thing for me would be fall 2019. Deontay Wilder's done a very good job of making himself famous on the back of all this AJ and Fury and all that. AJ is unknown in America, largely. But look, worst case scenario, if AJ's unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that. When you plan a business that's got...
I'm done. Barry Hearn is new media. He did all my work for me. Shout out to Barry Hearn. He just said if Anthony Joshua goes unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that. Listen, I commend him for his honesty. He just gave you the blueprint. He just said, and you guys heard it, and you can go to IFL TV to watch it. If Anthony Joshua doesn't basically ever fight Wilder, he says if he remains unbeaten for 10 years straight and never fights Wilder, doesn't fight Wilder, basically I'm good with that. That's the death blow. That is pure ether. That shit to make your soul burn slow. You have no rebuttal to that. You're going to say Eddie Hearn's adopted and I'm taking Barry Hearn on Maury because he is not the father. What are y'all going to say now? You are not the father. What's the new excuse? See, when I try to tell you this, y'all had all these excuses. When Dante's Boxing Nation told you this, you had all these excuses. When the LDBC told you this, you had all these excuses. Blue Blood Sports. I just talked through text to my dude Town Business, Bay Area shit. He was saying the same thing. So what is it now? The black channels. Why do the black channels? Like, what's the latest? You know, and the funny thing is, I've been telling y'all this for a month. And this is pure vindication for Ego's Army, for myself, for new media, right? For Deontay Wilder, and for everybody who was on the right side of history, who have been telling you dumb motherfuckers the same shit. The real holdup for this fight not being made. That, my friends, is what we call in America checkmate. It's a matter of time. What are you going to say for why Barry Hearn said that? See, again, when I say it, I'm biased. I'm a biased, bloody Yank, a stupid American, you know, a racial slur. I'm ignorant. I don't know shit about boxing. And he's telling you the game. He's telling you. If you want to be honest, I told AJ to wait 2 years. He says, if you were going to retire in 6 months, which we know AJ never said anything about retiring in 6 months. So since you're not going to retire in 6 months, wait it out. And y'all was the ones telling me that I was the Wilder dick sucker and all types of stupid shit. Explain Barry Hearn's interview. That's all we need to know. What happened to that? Find your pen and sign the contract, big boy. And the contract's still good. Oh my gosh. This is just embarrassing for a lot of y'all. That y'all would argue so earnestly to get bodied in this fashion. But I told y'all we was playing chess, y'all was playing checkers. Listen to I wrote a lengthy Instagram caption, and I'm just gonna read it because it encapsulated all my thoughts. And I brought up some questions, and it's just so many things, so many metrics, so many things to unpack that it's better if I just read it verbatim. This is what I thought out and typed. I said, wait, did Barry Hearn, founder of Matchroom Boxing, just say he told Anthony Joshua personally to wait and delay the fight with Deontay Wilder for 2 years so it'll be worth much more money later, right? And also in this, I wrote direct quotes, so it's easier instead of just freestyling it, so I can read the quotes as it was exactly stated verbatim. He told us that he told Joshua to delay the Wilder fight for 2 years so it'll be worth more money. And he also estimated that it's worth currently $70 to $80 million now. Interesting thing, Eddie Hearn says he kept underestimating the fight when it got close to making the fight, right? I'm not talking about no goddamn Pedraza Lomachenko fight. The title has nothing to do with Lomachenko or Pedraza. So you're going to have to wait until, a video about that, or like more of a freestyle. I'm here to talk about this. I'm up late for me. You know what I'm saying? This is 3:30 in the morning. So the only thing I'm talking about is the status of the heavyweight division, namely the top guys. Anywho, see how they try to distract from the message. Hey, what about Pedraza? Nope, I'm not talking about nothing except for Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn, Wilder, Joshua, Dillian White, Tyson Fury, etc. Anywho, the funny thing is, Barry Hearn in that interview said the fight is worth, in his estimation, $70 to $80 million right now. And it could be worth 250 to 300 million if they do like Mayweather and Pacquiao and wait it out and just let it grow and hope nobody loses, right? But the funny thing is, Eddie Hearn released a tweet and he says the fight Joshua Wilder is only worth 30 to 40 million in the UK, right? So why is it that the father has an estimation? He's been in the business longer than Eddie Hearn. He's older. Why is it that Barry Hearn, the father, his estimation for Joshua Wilder, what it does now, is literally doubled what Eddie Hearn said? Eddie Hearn says 30 to 40. So in my opinion, he undercut it. Barry Hearn is telling you he thinks it's worth 70 to 80 million now and growing if they stall it out two years. So once again, why is Eddie Hearn's projection for the fight so low? And like I told y'all, Eddie Hearn has an interview where he compared Joshua Wilder to Mike Tyson Lennox Lewis, which did 112 million when it aired, and in the 90s. And he says he believes Joshua Wilder can surpass that, and it's the biggest fight in boxing. But then when it came time to make the fight, all of a sudden he says we got to offer Wilder 12.5 million or 15 million because this fight is only worth 30 to 40 million now. But his pops is saying it's worth double that. 30 to 40 million versus 70 to 80 million is a pretty big jump. Let's continue. I said, did Barry Hearn just say, quote, "You don't take chances, you don't go to the other bloke's backyard when you don't need to," end quote. Which would explain why AJ would refuse to fight Deontay Wilder in the USA for $50 million, and then they offer another low blow offer of $15 million flat rate to have Wilder fight in the UK for a fight that Barry Hearn just estimated was worth $70 to $80 million. This wasn't because they didn't have quote unquote proof of funds or didn't believe the money or offer was real. See, I seen through the bullshit from the beginning. They try to flip it because they knew the 50 million was a hefty sum, but it wasn't in their immediate plans. They were trying to do this big Wembley deal. They knew that eventually they're going to have to fight Wilder, but they wanted to squeeze in 90 with Povetkin, and they didn't think Joshua's stock would plummet, because of how the Joshua Wilder fight negotiations were so publicized and fell out. They wanted to squeeze that 90,000 in, hope he gets past Povetkin, take that gamble, and then fight Wilder maybe after that. Maybe. They didn't expect all this backlash. So, let me keep going. They try to switch and say it was like proof of funds is what kept them from not fighting. But in all actuality, they didn't want the fight in America, which Barry Hearn also says. He just said it. You don't go into a bloke's backyard and take that chance when you don't have to. Literally his words. So all that, how do we know the money's real? And we requested a meeting to see the money, and stop it. Let's continue. Where was I? And did he say the quote, "Money is an insignificant difference"? Right? Did everyone hear him say that? Oh, I'm having fun with this. This is hilarious. Did everyone hear Barry Hearn say the money was insignificant? And listen.
Spend. You don't rush it. You know, I said to AJ, and he asked me my honest opinion. I said, if you told me you were going to retire in 6 months' time,
Listen.
I'd tell you to fight Deontay Wilder now. If you tell me you're here for the long run, I say that fight can only get bigger. And also, you don't take chances. You don't go to the other bloke's backyard when you don't need to. The money is insignificant different.
Okay. You guys heard him say that, right? He said you don't go into a bloke's backyard. You don't take a chance to go to a bloke's backyard. The money is an insignificant difference. Like, it's insignificant. It's not worth it, right? Did everyone hear that? If you just heard what I played back, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I got to make sure my vampires are still up listening. Did you guys hear him say that? Looks like there's a little bit of a lag. All right. My question, since everyone heard him say that, here's my question to you guys. He said you don't go to a bloke's backyard, right? And take that, basically, that gamble when you don't have to. Money is not, like, basically it's not worth it. Money is insignificant, right? So he said the money's an insignificant difference, but he wants to wait 2 years to let the fight marinate so the fight makes more money. So why would you let a fight marinate for 2 years if you felt that money is insignificant? Somebody make that make sense. Why, if money is insignificant, why do you need to let the fight go on for 2 years and linger? If money is not the big deal. How does that make any sense, people? Let me keep going. I said, wait, did he just say that Deontay Wilder has done a good job making himself famous with the AJ callouts and the Wilder Fury fight buzz? And Eddie Hearns, he said Wilder is not a draw and he can't sell 4,000 to 5,000 tickets in New York, in the U.S. Remember that? See, Barry Hearn, what he did with this one interview is collapse the whole empire. Because literally almost everything that Eddie Hearn had been marinating in terms of his banter, he's going against. Do you guys get that? Eddie Hearn asked people in the streets of New York who Wilder was, and people didn't know. And he's like, see, nobody knows him in America. He has to raise his profile. He can't sell 4,000 to 5,000 tickets at the Barclay, which is a lie, because I was at the Stavern fight, and there was more than 4,000 to 5,000 people. It was like double that. It was like 11,000, 12,000, something like that. And the thing is, I know they didn't comp 6,000 tickets for free and give 6,000 tickets away. So all of what Eddie Hearn has been saying for the last couple of months is being destroyed by his own father. Eddie Hearn says that Wilder can't sell 4,000 to 5,000 tickets. But then Barry Hearn's telling you that Deontay Wilder has done a great job of increasing his star power and his value and making himself famous. And he also said that Mr. A-Side, Anthony Joshua, is unknown in America, which is what, remember I told you Clarissa Shields had higher Showtime numbers than AJ? You know, they say AJ is this massive star, which he is in the UK, but that doesn't translate into every territory. This is bad, man. So he said Anthony Joshua's unknown, but Eddie Hearn said that no one knows Wilder in America, and his own father is saying no one knows Joshua in America because he says he's largely unknown. And didn't Eddie Hearn say he needs to raise his profile? Like, this is so much. That's why I had to take notes. And you know what the funny thing is? Barry Hearn just said AJ is largely unknown in America, but why does that even matter when you just said you steered him away from fighting in America. So the fight still could have happened because you wanted the fight to happen in the UK. You said, why go to another bloke's backyard? These dudes are so jammed up that there's literally no way out. I don't know if you guys see that. He says, why go into, don't take the chance, don't take a risk, and fight in another bloke's backyard. Being honest, I told AJ honestly, right? But then he says Joshua's unknown in America, but that doesn't really matter because you're not trying to fight in America. You just told him not to fight you in America. So the fight could have still happened because it was going to happen on the UK soil, and Wilder said he would go to the UK. Looking shaky. I said, so Mr. Barry Hearn is content, never ever seeing Wilder Joshua, LOL. This is what we call in America checkmate. That's it, bro. There's nothing else that could be said. And the funny thing is, y'all said I was biased, racist, all types of shit. And Barry Hearn just came out and shut y'all down. And once again, all of the channels that were saying the exact opposite of me this whole year, have they made a video about this? Have they made a video about this Barry Hearn interview that came out midday US time? Why didn't they make a video about this? Because this collapses their whole empire. Everything they had been saying. You know? I told y'all there will be consequences and repercussions going against new media. You got to make things make sense. Can y'all hear me? I don't know if y'all can hear me, put 3. Type the number 3. I don't know if people are just listening, y'all have sleep. I don't know if there's a lag. 3. Type 3. It looks like there's a lag or something because this shit is just not moving. Man, looking shaky, baby. All these people are saying it was Wilder's fault. He was the one that lost his pen. He was the one holding up the fight. And Barry Hearn basically threw the whole camp under the bus. To be honest, there's not really a way to bounce back from this, you know. He told you the blueprint. And if you really believe that he has no, because he gave Eddie Hearn the business or whatever and let him run it, that he has no influence, then you're a fucking moron. You know, I have proof that he has influence. You know how I know that he's still part of the brains of the operation? You want to know how I know? The reason I know is, why did Eddie Hearn, who's in charge of the business, why did he send him to talk to Shelly Finkel? If he has these dudes are fucking trapped, yo. If Barry Hearn is just like a retired person and really has no knowledge of the inner workings of the company anymore, or some bullshit that y'all gonna try to make up as an excuse to back off the blocks, then explain why Eddie Hearn said, oh, Shelly Finkel, you guys are closer in age, you talk to him. And why did Barry Hearn meet up with Shelly Finkel in New York, I believe twice, negotiating this fight, or to talk about it, to talk business about it? So once again, there's no way out of this one. This was like the worst thing that could ever happen to these other dudes that went against the grain. I know y'all want to be right so bad, but y'all got to take this L. So we just established you can't X Barry Hearn out the business and say he don't know shit about Matchroom or he has no influence. Because if he had no influence, then why the fuck is he meeting up with Shelly Finkel to discuss the fight? It should have been Eddie Hearn in New York that met up them 2 times with Shelly Finkel. Eddie Hearn's like, you talk to him. I can't get through to him. We're not on the same page. You talk to him, Dad. So clearly he has some level of influence as to what goes on, you know. And who knows their dad and grew up with their dad? Their dad took care of them and they don't respect their dad. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Hearn hasn't been in the business as long as Barry Hearn. So once again, I know Barry Hearn's opinion matters. you know, and everything trickles down, you know. Even if he letting Eddie Hearn do all the media and the press tour and, you know what I mean, run the company, the dad was the one that got it popping, you know, and he's telling you what it is. And he literally, it's almost like the movie Get Out. Any of y'all seen the movie Get Out? How is other people in the bodies? That's what it looked like. It looked like somebody from new media, like, possessed the body of Barry Hearn, and he just came out and said, remember that dude from Brooklyn? And he took the picture, and he was like, and his nose started bleeding. They should have took a picture of Barry Hearn to see if his nose started bleeding, and see if he attacked the IFL TV dude. Because that was like some Get Out shit. It was like somebody else was trapped in his body and made him do that interview. Because he really was on his new media shit. He told the 100% truth that we've been telling you. Y'all got some splaining to do. Looking shaky, baby. So what's going to happen now? I can't wait to hear what they try to do to back off the blocks now. You can't say the black channels. What are you gonna say? You can't blame new media for this. You can't blame the black channels for this. What are you gonna say? Time is a ticking. See, I'm gonna sleep good. Hopefully when I wake up, there's gonna be a lot of good videos discussing this and discussing how they were wrong, asking for my email so they can send me a "we were wrong" card. If Finkel was so convinced Wilder couldn't win, why would they accept a $15 million offer? Makes no sense. He just said that to me. You know, he can't make it look like he's just completely throwing his own side under the bus. So he tried to slip some things in, like, basically, Shelly Finkel was selling Wilder out or some shit. That don't even make sense. Y'all gotta do something, man. Time is ticking. Let's see. I want to see AJ respond to this. Now it's gonna get real interesting. Is AJ gonna come out and be like, man, I don't know what he talking about. He lying. I never had no conversation with him. Either way, it's about to go down. It really is. Because somebody can't be telling the truth, because it's all coming from the same side. It's coming from that faction. So either Eddie Hearn's not telling the truth, Joshua's going to come. So I can't wait. Now Eddie Hearn can go against his dad. Say, oh, I don't know what the old man was talking about. I don't know what the geezer was talking about, or whatever words y'all like to use. You know what I mean? Or Anthony Joshua's going to come out and clear the air, right? Anthony Joshua was gonna say, man, I know I'm hard training. I'm doing a hard grunt work training for Povetkin, but I gotta clear the air. There's some things that was said about me that I talked to Barry Hearn, and I said that, but guess what? That conversation never happened. Barry Hearn lying. So hopefully we get something like that. You know, if this is not true, then we should have either Eddie Hearn or Joshua do one of them hour-long interviews now. Do one of them 40-minute, hour-long interviews now and clear the air and go against Barry Hearn and say, he's lying. I never said that to him. We never discussed this. These dudes is trapped, man. There's no escaping this, because none of this is going to make sense. Like, anyway, you said money's insignificant, but then you also suggested that they wait 2 years. If money don't matter, then why wait 2 years? Right? He also said in this interview, he says Wilder and Shelly Finkel. Hey, bro, this is crazy. He said Wilder wanted to fight now, and Shelly Finkel wanted to fight. He admits that on camera. That's what I'm saying. I think he's new media. He wants to join new media or something, because he literally said that Wilder and Shelly Finkel want to fight now, and I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that they wanted to fight. Maybe Shelly Finkel's just trying to sell Wilder now, or you know what I mean, whatever he was talking about. So he just admitted that Wilder wanted to fight. So all the people saying, "Oh, Wilder don't really want to fight," you're full of shit, because Barry Hearn just said he wanted to fight. It's a bad, man. It's a sad day. I had a bunch of dudes with like Nigerian names saying I didn't know shit. Man, you guys are getting body bag, all y'all. But shout out to Nigeria. Like, listen, I told y'all can't bet with your heart and all that, and national pride and things like that. Never works.
Did certain decisions not come down to you?
Realising that he's actually a better operator than I was. Not all of it's down to Eddie, but the other 5% have come from other people.
Seek your advice on them.
He's established his own.
But
Shelley's his own man as well, and Shelley's not, you know, I mean, personally, my advice was let's leave it 2 years. Because then how the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight got built, you know, in commercial terms, Deontay Wilder and AJ today is a $70 million fight, maybe 80. In 2 years' time, it might be $250, $300 million.
But there's a greater risk of in 2 years' time one of them fighters getting beat.
That's where your judgment comes in and say, do I see anyone out there to beat either of them? No. Could it happen? Yes. If it happens, okay, that was a bad call.
He said if they get beat, that was a bad call.
You know, life's about making calls. It's not about sitting still, not taking chances. So...
Hey, this whole thing is a contradiction. He said life's about taking risks and not taking chances, and then 2 minutes later, he talking about, I told him not to go to America. Why would you take that chance? Listen, oh my God.
It's not about sitting still, not taking chances. Could it happen? Yes.
Listen.
If it happens, okay, that was a bad call. But you know, life's about making calls. It's not about sitting still, not taking chances.
He said life is about not sitting still, taking risks and taking chances. But then when it came to Joshua fighting in America, he was like, why would you take that chance? Don't take that chance. Why would you give that up?
So I think Shelly Finkel wanted to cash in on Deontay Wilder straight away. That's my honest view. He wanted to fight straight away.
He just told you. He said he wanted to fight straight away. I'm loving my life, man.
Okay. I found something on the web.
I don't know what's up with Siri. He just said, he told you, I think Shelly Finkel was trying to cash in on Wilder straight away because he wanted to fight straight away. Oh my gosh. Listen, hold on.
Wilder straight away. So I think Shelly Finkel wanted to cash in on Deontay Wilder straight away. That's my honest view. He wanted to fight straight away. That's crazy. Business crazy. And Shelly knows better than that. Unless he didn't.
Oh my God. He said that's crazy. He wanted to fight straight away. So what happened to all what happened to all the fans that said Wilder didn't want to fight? Barry Hearn just told you Shelly Finkel, he wanted to fight straight away. That's crazy. He wanted to fight straight away. That's crazy. Because he's saying from a business sense, in my opinion, the way I interpret it, that is, we offered you some bullshit and you was still down to take it. You was still down to go to the UK for 15 million flat rate. That's crazy because we threw that offer out there with the intent of you not accepting it because you knew it was a low ball. Shout out to Jamie Sandoval, $5 super chat, new media, baby. Love from Seattle. Thank you. Much appreciated. Greatly appreciated for the $5 super chat. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so all that Wilder forgot his pin. Wilder didn't want the fight. Barry Hearn just shitted on y'all with that too. Like literally, Barry Hearn is new media, and Barry Hearn has done my entire job. All I have to do is quote Barry Hearn in one interview, and he addresses everything that all the bullshit y'all been saying. He says Shelly Finkel wanted to fight straight away. That's crazy. He wanted to fight straight away. But y'all said Wilder didn't want the fight for real. You said, oh, Wilder still has the contract. See, again, I think Barry was surprised and shocked that Shelly Finkel would advise his fighter to take what he knows Shelly Finkel, Barry Hearn, Eddie Hearn knows is a lowball deal. 15 million flat for a mega fight. That's why he was surprised. Didn't want to do this, but y'all made me. Sad day. And y'all really thought y'all could beat new media. Yo, we got to get the likes up. Smash the like button. We just grinded. Looking shaky, baby. So, I mean, there you have it, folks. The interviews on IFL TV. Definitely give them your view. But there's a lot of people that was going against the grain, saying some old bullshit, and they got a lot of explaining to do. Like, explain why. See, and this is what I told you guys from the jump. Why is there not this type of discord in Wilder's camp? Jay Diaz, Mark Breland, and Shelly Finkel, along with Wilder's brother Marcellus, you know, none of them are doing interviews that contradict the whole empire. You get what I'm saying? Like, if Wilder had been saying something for the last 3-4 months, you're not seeing Lou DiBella come out, or Jay Diaz, or Marcellus Wilder, or Wilder's girlfriend, or, you know, Shelly Finkel come out and say something that totally contradicted everybody. You know, AJ, Eddie Hearn, you know, it just, you're not seeing that with Wilder team. So how are you going to expect me to believe what Eddie Hearn is saying when his own dad ain't believing what he's saying? And the reason I know he's not believing it is because he's saying the polar opposite. He's talking like new media. Y'all got to make this make sense. And then it's just a bad look. I did a video about it, but Sky Sports got a new interview with Eddie Hearn, right? And he says that Dillian White is the leading candidate. He's the favorite to fight Joshua in April. Man, this whole regime is going down. You know, if Wilder beats Fury, especially if he does it impressively, and you have Joshua rematch a guy he already knocked out, this is going to dramatically hurt Joshua's stock. I'm telling y'all. And it's no offense to Dillian White. I think he's been doing pretty well since Joshua beat him. But it can't be justified, because the mega unification, undisputed, for all the belts that the world wants, is bigger than a Dillian White rematch. It's bigger than any other fight out there. It really is. So if he fights, if let's say Joshua beats Povetkin and Wilder impressively beats Fury, and then Joshua goes in there in April and fights a Dillian White rematch, it's a bad look. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a bad look. Because that's not what the boxing world needed. We needed the Joshua Wilder fight, and it didn't happen this year. So you mean to tell me it might not happen next after that? Then you know what the problem is. And once again, remember I said this. It's so funny that Barry Hearn's current this week interview is shockingly similar to what AJ said in that first interview that got him criticism, where he was talking to Johnny Nelson about the devil and the angel, and the guy in the suit wants him to stall the fight out till he's ready for it, and the fighter in him wants to fight now at Wembley, right? So it sounds like AJ and Barry Hearn really had that talk because they were on the same page in those two interviews. You know what I mean? They're saying that almost the same. Go listen to that interview with Johnny Nelson and AJ, and they're saying almost the exact same thing. Barry Hearn, wait up to 2 years for it, maximize it. Boxing is a business. You know, AJ was talking the same talk. He was like talking about, the businessman is the guy in the suit. He was saying stuff like that. The guy in the suit, and nobody's gonna rush me. The fans aren't gonna rush me. Barry Hearn saying the same thing in this interview. He says there's no rush. He literally said, AJ, it's almost like a mirrored image. He says there's no rush. That's literally what AJ said. I'm telling you, go listen to the parallels of those two interviews.
But does certain decisions not come?
But the other 5%, you know, it's there's lots of people in boxing. Okay, let's sign Deontay Wilder. I will say to him, I'll give you all the money with the strength of our business. And I would think, yeah, that I'd really want. I mean, Eddie and Anthony Joshua would fight Deontay Wilder on September 22nd. Personally, my advice was let's leave it 2 years, because then how the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight got built, you know, in commercial terms, Deontay Wilder and AJ today is a $70 million fight, maybe 80. In 2 years' time, it might be $250, $300 million.
There's a greater risk of in 2 years' time one of them fighters getting beat.
That's where your judgment comes in and say, do I see anyone out there still not taking chances? So I think Shelly Finkel wanted to cash in on Deontay.
Just go listen to him. Just go listen to it. I'm not going to keep playing it. You guys can go. Like, the point's already been proven. So somebody like it's too low. I played it several times. So just go to IFL TV. Give them the view. It's their interview. Crazy. Now they're talking about Dillian White rematch. Crazy. You know? And then Eddie Hearn, just listen. In this Sky Sports interview talking about Dillian White, they're trying to get Dillian White a fight at the end of the year, December or something. Eddie Hearn says what Dillian White has got to decide is, if we sign the Joshua fight after the Povetkin fight for Dillian White, what sort of fight does he want in between? Does he want a risky fight? He probably does, but I would be happy to take him to America, give him a run out over there before the April fight. So in layman's terms, what Eddie Hearn's saying is, even though there's some credible fights that Dillian White can fight at the end of the year, we're counting on you as a major plan for April. So I don't really want to put you in a risky fight with Gerald Big Baby Miller. I don't want to put you in a risky fight necessarily with Derek Chisora, because he already gave you a tough fight, because that could ruin the plans. You know? So I would give him a run out, whatever run out means. So I'm assuming a tune-up style fight like Amir Khan's fighting. You know, Samuel Vargas type of person. You know, Samuel Vargas, if you look who Amir Khan's fighting, Samuel Vargas is the type of person that it sounds like Eddie Hearn wants to give Derek Chisora. Dillian White. You know, just to maximize, you know, just get him active. You know, a guy that's really not going to create too much resistance. And Dillian White should win, practice some things to spare him, to make sure there's no complications. Because not once in this whole Sky Sports interview did you ever hear Luis Ortiz's name uttered. That's a great fight for DAZN. The WBC ordered it. So if you really want to fight the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder winner, you know, that'll get you a step closer, right? Dominic Breazeale offered to fight Dillian White for the #1 mandatory spot. So why would you give him a fucking tune-up if you really want to fight a guy like Wilder? That's what they've been screaming. See, AJ messed up. They didn't. AJ's team messed up because there's a couple things that I know they didn't anticipate. They didn't anticipate the $50 million demand being met, because then that caused a lot of damage control. And they didn't expect that Wilder and Fury would happen this year. You know, and those things kind of fuck things up, because now AJ, he can't fight Fury next if Fury gets knocked out by Wilder. I mean, who wants to see AJ versus Fury if Fury gets stretched out by Wilder? Like, straight away. You know what I mean? David Haye retired. That would have been another semi-big fight. Tony Bellew's probably fighting Usyk. You know, a dangerous fight. So AJ's running out of heavyweight options. They got the Wembley, some kind of 2-fight Wembley deal, right? They got a 2-fight Wembley deal, supposed to be configured for the Povetkin fight for $90,000. I don't know how the ticket sales are doing. According to Eddie, it's near 80,000 sold, but whatever. And then they're supposed to scale it for over 100,000 in April. So to do that type of numbers, you know, without gaping holes, you're gonna have to make it a fight that people want to see, you know. And Dillian White, I really don't see Dillian White being a 100K fight, because there's no controversy from the first fight, you know. And they got greedy right here, you know. They got greedy, in my opinion. Dillian White, AJ, yeah, I mean, people would be interested, but I don't think it's like Carl Froch, George Groves. Carl Froch, George Groves was like Canelo Triple G. The first fight had controversy, how it was stopped. And the two were better showmen than AJ. You know, Dillian White's actually good with the trash talk, but AJ isn't. So George Groves and Carl Froch were both talking shit, and the gloves are off, and they were shaking each other's hand all hard and all that. So that helped to build the excitement in the ticket sales. The face off at the weigh-in and shit. They didn't like each other. You know, AJ doesn't really get into that side of the build-ups and shit. Dillian White does, but it's just, that's going to be a hard sell to make that fight 100K plus type of fight, because there was no controversy in the first fight. Yeah, it's a domestic rivalry, but Dillian White got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So there was no real controversy there. Huey Fury versus Kubrat Pulev winner, that's not a 100K fight, in my opinion. You know? No matter who wins that, it's not a 100K fight. It's Tyson Fury's cousin, if he wins, or the guy that pulled out, that already had the opportunity to fight Joshua last year, but he pulled out at the last minute. Those aren't 100K plus fights. You know, and if Tyson Fury fights Wilder, then someone's got to lose there. So that eliminates another option. So it sounds like they're banking on Dillian White, because he's the probably the biggest fight that they feel like ticket sales wise. But to make that fight really count, I feel like Dillian White, he has to do more things than, you know, to make it a 100K fight. Fight Luis King Kong Ortiz. He'll get a ton of respect for that fight. You know what I mean? If you want the best chance, fight a dangerous guy like that. You know, but see, this is the thing. It doesn't sound like Eddie Hearn wants to sacrifice his lambs. Like, he don't want to put people on his stable in that position. You know, like he does. Oh, for example, he doesn't want to. Luis King Kong Ortiz, we know, is a fucking problem. So he's not trying to make Dillian White, because there's a chance that Luis Ortiz could derail that. Just like there's a chance that Wilder could derail his cash cow AJ. You know, you look at the other fight, Gerald Miller, if he beats Thomas Adamak, that's a good fight. Gerald Miller versus Dillian White. They both trash talk. You know, it'll be a good build up, good DAZN fight. But he don't want to make that. I don't think he wants to make that. So Dillian White fighting a low-level guy, like when he came to America and fought whoever he fought on the Terrence Crawford card, that's not going to be enough to catapult in my opinion, the Joshua White rematch, into 100K or better. In fact, Povetkin is probably a bigger fight, and you see how that's being received. It's looking bad, man. Looking real bad. Yeah, Adam Mack, he retired. He ain't done nothing in recent years. The Parker win is enough for a rematch? How? Parker was coming off of a loss. And the other thing that playing these games, another thing that Joshua's side messed up on, in my opinion, is you have a chance, at least from the fan perspective, you have a chance that the Wilder Fury winner, if they emerge and they look good in that fight, the Wilder Fury fan might be the A side in the public's eyes. Luke C says, looking bad, sold 75,000 tickets. Where'd you get that number from? Where'd you get 75,000? You're on the hot seat. Where'd you get 75,000 from? Here, I'm a oblige you. Where did you give me the link of the credible source that says that Joshua Povetkin sold 75,000 tickets? No. Y'all trying to have side conversations with him. Let him answer. Luke C, you can count the tickets left from Wembley site. So you went to Wembley site and you counted tickets. That's what you're telling me. Because I went to Wembley site and it says there's 6 tickets here, 5 tickets here, 2. So you're telling me you went through all those sections. There were still a lot of tickets I seen. You went through all those sections and added them all up. That's what you mean to tell me you did? That's unbelievable. I don't believe you. Not me personally, LOL, but I know someone that did. You full of shit. These dudes, you see how they be lying? You see how they be lying? Okay, so you didn't do it personally, but you know someone that did. How you know that they actually did that? He done it to prove a point. You're a fucking liar, bro. Why do these dudes gotta lie? So you know someone that just went to a Wembley site and counted, because I went to the site, I have the link, and it just says section 200A or whatever, and it says 6 tickets, and it had a bunch of sections open. You mean to tell me that your friend went through all those section numbers and got a calculator and tabulated all of that? Hey, these dudes be lying. But okay, and you already got another strike, because how can you confirm somebody else's work if you didn't even do the work? Like, who's taking the time out of their day to really count some tickets and they're not getting a cut of the profit? Fuck, am I counting them? But yeah, Eddie was chatting shit. No, don't back off the block now. You said they sold 75,000. I'm still waiting on you to determine and tell me how you know they sold 75,000. And then now you're pawning it off on someone else that we don't know, and you're telling me that they went through and counted all of the ticket sales. These dudes is so desperate. I told y'all. So you got to do better than that. Tell me how you know it was 75,000 tickets. Uh-oh, you know you done fucked up now. That shit say resale. So they ain't sold out. I'm on it right now. These dudes, hey, these dudes be lying. Y'all didn't think I was that quick, huh? Look, I don't know if anyone can see me. Hold on. Look, I could get 10 tickets if I wanted to right now. I could get 10. Look, can everyone see that? I could buy 10 tickets right now. Hey, this... Look. These dudes be trying to lie to me. You ain't beating new media. Look. There's 10 right there. Right? All those sections had 10 tickets in a row. I'm just trying to show y'all. Hold on. Look. These dudes be lying to the kid. That's if I wanted to buy 10 tickets. Look. See, look. Hold on. Look, you see 2 tickets remaining? These are just different sections. Hold on. He's trying to tell me somebody went through and counted all these tickets. Do y'all believe him? You see? These are... Hold on. He said they were trying to prove a point. And they went through and counted all of this. And they counted all this. Hey, Eagles Army. They went through and counted all of this. Hey, Luke. Look, they went through and counted all this. Look at your boy Luke. He said they went through and counted all this. Oh my God. I'm killing these boys. I'm killing these boys. Did you see how many fucking tickets that was? And some of them said, some sections said 3, 4, 10, 6. So somebody got their calculator. He says he knows somebody that had their calculator. It was really like, okay, 6 in section A, 10 in section B. Get the fuck out of here. He said, I know someone that did. Hey, is that Eagles Army? Is that an L? This motherfucker said someone counted. Oh my God. Look, just so you guys see, there's no foul play. That was for, see, I got the link. Anthony Joshua Povetkin. How many tickets? You can get 5+ tickets right now if you want. He gonna say they, see, they're not ready. I told you they're not ready for a new media. We get down. He gonna say someone, hold on, I'm trying to show y'all. He gonna say someone counted all this shit up. They counted all these numbers. Like, stop it. Look. I'm trying to show y'all it's fucking hard to hold it. They counted all that. All that. All that. All that. Come on. If you got an L, put y'all L's up for these fucking liars. If Luke C got an L like his first name, put your L's up so we can get him the fuck out of here. We not playing no games. These dudes want to lie and shit. So your friend just did that for sport, just for fun. Went through, he ain't not getting paid for it. He just went through StubHub website and just counted and tallied up some shit. All right, Luke gotta go. I don't think he's done it like that. You can zoom in on the seating and roughly count the blocks that are empty. I'm done. This dude, he's so desperate. Oh my God. He just said, listen, bro. He said he didn't do it that way. He did it a different way. He looked at the blocks of seats and roughly, how did you roughly count? Either you have an accurate, he said 75,000 was sold. How you roughly count that? You just hovered over sections and you're like, oh, that looks about 100. Hey, these dudes, this shit is funny to me. New media is destroying. And the man fans is looking more. See, this is what we wait for. Hamza said now it's roughly count the blocks while he was stating 75,000 like it was a fact. This is how new media break them down. Thank you to Hamza for bringing that up and for super chatting on the channel a lot lately. First, he said 75,000 tickets were sold. And I'm like, wow, you counted all that? And he's like, well, it actually wasn't me. It was a buddy of mine. And I'm like, damn, your buddy counted it? And then I pull up the StubHub and show you how many tickets are left. And I'm like, he went through all this and tallied it up? No, actually, he did it differently. And he roughly approximated how many tickets were in each block by the section. And he divided by the reciprocal. These dudes are desperate. First of all, you said 75,000 like it was a fact. And then when we get down to the proving it part, then we find out your buddy passed you some information. And he's like, I don't have any reason to lie. My friend, he just did it for shits and giggles. Like, who the fuck is just going, who's doing that? You know, I report on boxing. I'm not going to count all them tickets. You know what I'm saying? That's too laborious. That's too much work to count how many tickets. I told you, and see this, I try warning people. This is what happens. These dudes, they're backed into a corner. So what they have to do is lie, name call, say you're stupid or your channel sucks, he, do a drive-by comment with no intention of backing it up, make radical statements, even more so. That's why Wilder's scared. Okay, how's Wilder scared when Barry Hearn says to wait? Hey, I'm done with Joe Johnson. He said Barry Hearn dropped a dime on his son Eddie. That's what Town said. He said the same word, the same phrase. Remember Rico and Belly? I don't like that shit. Nah, you eating that banana? I don't like that shit. I'm about to drop a dime on him. Nah, I don't like that shit. That man Barry Hearn dropped that dime like he was hooping. This is bad. If I had more emotions, I would feel bad for these dudes because it's about that time. You know, the Sandman's coming out with the little hook at the Apollo. You're not performing. You know, the crowd ain't feeling you. Hamza is a fool. He said not even Dustin Hoffman, his autistic character in Rain Man, would do that. Yes, definitely. That's what I'm saying. He was a math whiz. Ain't nobody going through all them tickets and tallying it up. So I said he was killing that banana. I don't like that shit. Nah, I don't like that shit. I'm about to drop a dime. I got these dudes like Barry Hearn. He like Chauncey and Menace. Man, we'll see what fuck Kane. We'll see what Kane. What he doing? 5-0 get a hold of this tape. Oh my God. Barry Hearn said, I'm tired of running. I gotta just let it be known. And you know what's funny? I feel it's funny about IFL TV, what they did is how come their title, the title wasn't even the juiciest part of what he said. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's funny how that works. Like, I just noticed little things like that. Like, Billy Joe Saunders throws a chicken at Wilder. That's going to be the title. It's going to be like dramatic, and Billy Joe chucks or throws a whole chicken at Deontay Wilder and then flees the scene. But then you notice when Barry Hearn dropped a dime on Eddie and Joshua and the whole operation and brought everybody under, the title was so tame. Do you guys notice that? Like, instead of being like, oh, Betty, like, IFL TV, they be like, so and so raw and uncut, WWE raw, and all this stuff. And then one of the most damaging interviews from Barry Hearn, it don't say Barry Hearn raw. Barry Hearn goes in raw and he lets everybody have it, tell all. It didn't say nothing like that. The title, I'm looking at it right now. The title of the video that was the most damaging to a frequent Eddie Hearn collaborator, IFL TV, they titled their video, quote, Shelly Finkel won't do me any favors, and I won't do him any, quote, Barry Hearn on Wilder Fury Joshua. You see how tame that title is? You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, why would you quote that out of all the dude, man, new media, man. New media. I just feel like he said way more explosive things like, oh, we told AJ to wait 2 years. Why is that not the title? You know what I mean? That AJ had to wait. It was told to wait. All right, the Barons in the hot seat. You guys are just taking extracts from interview to support your narrative without looking at everything that was said. Okay, I watched the whole interview. You tell me what was said. What did I take? See, they these dudes are so desperate. Okay, so how did they're doing that Anthony Joshua shit. You took one sentence out of a whole 30 minutes and you're using it against me. That's what he's trying to do. You in the hot seat. The Baron, I can do this. I don't need sleep. You guys need to sleep. Y'all need some milk. He needs some milk. I got this. They using that AJ line. Nope, strike one. He said both are to blame. Nope, we not playing that. We not playing that. You said I'm taking extracts out of the interview without looking at everything that was said. So what didn't I look at? Don't tell me both are to blame. See, this is what they want to do. This is their way. I'm telling you, I've studied this game. These dudes can't beat me. I promise you. This is what they do. Now when they know they fucked up and backed into a corner, now they want it to be a shared responsibility. Oh, Deontay Wilder lied too, or Deontay Wilder, he's to blame too. This is what they do because they know there's no way getting out of where they're at. So they try to bring everybody else down. We're not doing that. You talking about both are to blame. Fuck that. Tell me what I see. The thing that put you in the hot seat was your statement, the Baron. It says you guys are just taking extracts from interview to support your narrative without looking at everything that was said. So what did I miss? What did I look at? Or what did I fail to look at? See how they try to switch it and try to make it like it's everybody's fault? Like, oh, like that's like a teacher sends one kid to the class principal or whatever, or to the school principal, and then the kid's on his way out. He's like, man, we were all talking, and you just send me to the office. Nah, she sent whatever you did. She didn't like what you did, so she sent you to the principal. Don't try to snitch everybody else out. What about the part that Wilder has never got back to Matchroom regarding the offer? Strike two. Answer the motherfucking question. You said I am not taking a look at everything that was said, but you still haven't explained what was said. And then you're trying to switch gears onto some other shit. Okay, he says, what about Wilder? These dudes are switching the subject. You see what I'm saying? Answer the question. What did I miss out on? What about the part that Wilder has not gotten back to Matchroom regarding the offer? You guys need to get over that $50 million offer. If it was going to be on BT, that was never going to happen. I haven't heard any confirmation of that BT rumor. Strike three. What else you got? Let's talk. So what did I overlook? You keep bringing up other stuff. You keep saying you guys this and you guys that. Get over the 50 million. How come you're not answering what I overlooked? You keep switching the subject. Answer the question. You said was pulling out pieces or extracts from the interview, and I'm not looking at the bigger picture. So I'm going to give you one last opportunity. Without switching the subject, answer what I overlooked in the that was more relevant than the stuff that I've been talking about. You're up. I'm going to put Barron in a body bag, man. These young boys can't beat me. What did I overlook? Come on, Barron. You got to do something. Everybody type answer the question. Just put answer the question. That's all we waiting. We waiting for Barron. Barron, where are you? Answer the question, Barron. You said I'm pulling out extracts to fit my narrative, and I'm not looking at the big picture or the full interview. So you tell me what he said in that interview that was more relevant than anything that I brought up. You make it like I just pieced together multiple interviews where he said different shit to make it out like he said something else. He said these things continuously. Hey, he said, Mr. Barron, are you deaf? Didn't you hear the interview, or do you decide? This dude ain't got no work for me. You see how long it's taking? So Ego Army start getting disrespectful. Deontay Johnson said, answer the motherfucking question. I love Ego's Army. I told you I'm riding. We riding on these boys. We working. I don't need sleep. All I need is the Army, and we strapped up, suited up. Bro, you got 10 seconds. You wasting my time. 8 seconds. Where you at, Barron? 5 seconds. Barron, please say something. 3 seconds. Barron, please answer. What did I omit that he said in this interview to fit my narrative? You act like he said something that was imperative or major, and I purposely left it out to fit some kind of agenda or narrative. 1 second. Barron, please do this. Do this for all the old media. They're counting on you. Prove new media wrong. Make us look bad over here. Barron, please. Barron, we got to have a final answer. You got to do something, Barron. How is it you from the UK? I could tell by how you acting. You from the UK. It's a reasonable time for you. You should be whooping me. This is an irregular time for me. This is 4:28 where I'm at, and I ain't slept. How am I on your time beating your ass on your time? It's a reasonable time for you. All right, Barron got to go, y'all. That's how you hand out these body bags. You see, they always disagree. And then when it comes time to explain, they never show up. Never, ever show up. It's always some bullshit, a waiting game. Oh, you're just trying to fit your narrative. Once again, I'm out. I said my piece. It's on them. The ball's in their court. I can't wait to wake up and hear all these bullshit excuses on why Barry Hearn said it. They're going to start insulting him, saying he's jealous of AJ, he's senile, or something stupid. Hamza, exactly. He said you accuse someone of omitting parts from an interview, but can't state what was omitted. That's what I'm saying. And you notice he kept writing responses, but the response didn't answer what he accused me of. I told you that this is how they cope with it. They have to say something like, they have to try to make it a shared blame. Oh, it's both of their fault. No, it's AJ's team's fault, and now you want it to be a shared responsibility, but you haven't proven why it's a shared responsibility to that degree. Like, meaning, we have ample evidence that Team Joshua have done things or said things, or people in their team wanted to push this fight back. But you haven't provided ample evidence of how Wilder's team wanted to push the fight back 2 years. You see, but they wanted to be a shared responsibility so bad. You know, oh, it's both of their faults. So I'm not saying Wilder's perfect or Shelly Finkel's perfect, or they didn't do anything that could have maybe made things more difficult. But the big picture shit, why the fight's not happening, the proof is in the pudding. Barry Hearn just gave you the sauce. He turned state's evidence. I told you, if you want to be a boxing promoter, you don't have to worry about the executive producer all in the video lying. Come to Death Row East. So, you know, Barry Hearn had to make that switch, come to new media. So, once again, I'm going to go get some sleep, and I'm going to wait. When I wake up, get some coffee, and I hope to see videos from everybody, especially the people who were saying the opposite of what I was saying, you know? But this is a bad look. They're talking about AJ still not fighting Wilder next. Eddie Hearn says if Wilder Fury is a great fight for boxing, right? But then he's talking about fighting Dillian White in April, and then he's trying to blame Wilder. Oh, because they're not responding. They're not responding because you bullshitting them. They're not responding because you're lowballing them. You're offering them $15 million flat for a fight that's your pops, your own dad, your bloodline, the man that brought you into this world, or with your mom, obviously. He's saying the fight he believes is worth 70 to 80 million now. These dudes is cornered. Eddie Hearn, why was he lowballing? How is it? See, that's what I'm saying. How is it so different? I have a tweet from Eddie Hearn, and he says, oh, the fight's only worth 30 to 40 on the UK right now, in the UK. But his dad thinks it's worth 70 to 80. Why are they so different? And then Eddie Hearn told you in an interview that I'm all about numbers, and I love my numbers, and I hate when my numbers are off. It seemed like Coogan was trying to give Barry a chance to dig himself out in the interview. Yeah, I got that. I seen that kind of too, where he was like, "Oh, so you would have AJ wait 2 years?" Like, you know, it reminded me of, I think it was Chris Rock did a joke. Michael Jackson did a special, and then Chris Rock was like, "What in the fuck is wrong with Michael?" He said he did an interview with Dan Rather, and he was saying like shit that didn't make him look good. They were accusing him of child pornography, or the stuff, and he was saying these weird answers. And he said like Dan Rather was trying to give him a way out, and he still kept saying the fucked up shit. It was funny. He was saying like he was like, "So Michael, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And he's like, "Peter Pan." And he was like, no, seriously, Mike, what do you want to be? Peter Pan. He's like, all right, where do you want to live? Where do you want to move to? I want to live in Neverland. And he's like, oh my gosh, like he was trying to help you out of the crazy statements you were making, and you kept saying the Peter Pan and Neverland rant. Oh, like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, you messing it up. He's trying to give you a chance. That's what I felt. I felt that too. Like Barry Hearn was like, yeah, I'll wait till 2040 out this motherfucker for the Wilder fight. And Barry Hearn's like, Peter Pan. Like, so you would wait 2 years for the Wilder fight and AJ? Yes, I would. I would wait forever. Forever, ever. I hope they never fight. Like, Barry, he's like, I know. I mean, seriously, like 2 years, like 2 whole years. You know, a year is 365 days, so that's 365 days times 2. Yes, I'm aware. AJ should wait. He should wait forever. He should wait forever, ever. he should forever and never ever fight Wilder. I told him, fuck all that. You see how much, you see that, you know, the force in his right hand? You know, the force has got a lot of power. Oh my God. Barry Hearn hit that Michael. He hit that MJ. I've watched Wilder fight a couple of times, and you know, the force with that right hand, it's got a lot of power. Makes me feel like, woo! The right hand, you know, the way he hits you with that right, it's got a lot of power. Hey, Barry Hearn, you new media, you all right with me? That man said that Alabama strength, you know, that right hand, it's got a lot of power. It just makes me, woo! Jamal! I like the heavyweights. It's a lot of fights. Deontay Wilder is, you know, that right hand. It makes me want to. It's got a lot of power. Hey, Barry's a legend. He was keeping it so real. They was trying to coach him out like, what do you mean? 2 years, like dog years, or 2 human years? He was like, yes, I want him to wait forever. Just never fight Deontay Wilder. That man was just, he was being so truthful. I love old people. He was being so, like, they was trying to coach him out of, like, oh, hey, how about these fish? Fuck the fish. AJ's going to be fishing if he fights Wilder because that right hand is going to put him in the river. It's got a lot of power. Hey, I can't believe, oh my gosh, man. I can't believe how honest he was. I can't believe how honest he was being. Like, I was like, damn, he's just doing all the work for new media. Like, I don't have to do nothing because he was just saying everything. He was like, so you would wait 2 years for the Wilder. Yeah, I told AJ if I had it my way, I would wait because Wilder, he's hitting with vibranium. Oh my God, Barry he rolled out the red carpet for your boy, new media. He just rolled it out. It was like a Teddy Ruxpin and shit. He was saying everything I needed him to say. Oh my gosh. So you're saying you don't want to see the Wilder Joshua fight? Fuck no. I think he should fight Kubrat Pulev. Why would you fight Wilder without that power? He was being too honest. Like, I never understood it, like, what too honest, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, when bitches be like, oh, that guy was too nice. Like, I'm like, there's no real such thing as being, like, too honest. But I think Barry Hearn was being too, they was trying to distract him. What type, how many fish have you caught? Nah, motherfucker, it's too late. So you want to see AJ versus Dillian White 40? Yes. I'd rather see them fight 40 times than to watch AJ fight Deontay Wilder. Listen, people. Oh my God. Y'all think it's a game, man. Hey, Joshua just posted a video right now. Paid partnership. It says, we don't freeze under the spotlight. Are you a winner? You need to talk about that Barry Hearn. I'm done, man. I've had my fun with this shit.
It's got a 10-year lifespan.
I almost thought you would come with the ether.
Rush it. You know, I said to AJ, he asked me my honest opinion.
He just said, "Don't rush it." This is exactly what AJ was saying to Johnny Nelson on that. Watch.
That's got a 10-year lifespan. You don't rush it. You know, I said to AJ, he asked me my honest opinion. I said, if you told me you were going to retire in 6 months' time, I'd tell you to fight Deontay Wilder now. If you tell me you're here for the long run, I say that fight can only get bigger. And also, you don't take chances. You don't go to the other bloke's backyard when you don't need to. The money is insignificant different.
So if it's your personal preference, you would choose for AJ to fight him in 2 years' time from now?
2 years would be the maximum. The most likely thing for me would be fall 2019. Deontay Wilder's done a very good job of making himself famous on the back of all this AJ and Fury and all that. AJ is unknown in America, largely. But look, worst case scenario, if AJ's unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that. When you plan a business...
He just said, if Joshua is unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Wilder, I'll take that. He's bragging if Joshua never fights Wilder and just finishes his career in 10 years without fighting Wilder. Hey, there's no coming back from that. There's no way. He just said... You motherfuckers are stupid as hell. I don't know why you went against new media. He just said if... Hold on, let me run this shit back. We gonna crank that Soldier Boy one time. I don't get tired. This shit is fucking hilarious, people. Hold on. That man says if he doesn't fight him for 10 years and basically never fights him, I'll take that. Hold on.
When you plan a business that's got known in America, largely. But look, worst case scenario, if AJ's unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that.
I'm done. He says if AJ is unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Wilder, I'll take that. He's bragging about them never fighting. Like, he's saying, like, that would be some cool shit. I'm done. It's too much of a whole. It's like your favorite football team and they down by 8 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Bro, all we have to do is take a knee. It's a wrap. There's nothing you could do. You down by 8 touchdowns. There's no coming back from that. It's about to hit the 2-minute warning. You down by 8. 8 touchdowns. It'd be one thing if it was 8 points, but it ain't 8 points. It's 8 touchdowns. What can you say that? He said, if they don't fight for 10 years, I'm good with that. Like, it's good. It's Gucci. And he smiled about that. I said the boy got his own money. He's smiling. He said, Lisa, I said the boy got his own money. What movie is that from? That motherfucker said, oh my God. He's smiling. He said the boy got his own money. What movie is that from? He smiled, y'all. Yeah, let's go, champ. He said if they never fight, bro, I'm done.
When you plan a business that's got... You don't go to the other... So...
Damn, y'all good with the movies.
You don't take chances. You don't go to the other bloke's backyard.
That man said, he said, don't take chances.
He asked me my honest opinion. I said, if you told me you were going to retire in 6 months' time, I'd tell you to fight Deontay Wilder now. If you tell me you're here for the long run, I say that fight can only get bigger. And also, you don't take chances. You don't go to the other bloke's backyard when you don't need to. The money is insignificant different.
So if it's your personal preference, you would choose for AJ to fight him in 2 years' time from now?
2 years would be the maximum. The most likely thing for me would be AJ and Fury and all that. AJ is unknown in America, largely. But look, worst case scenario, if AJ's unbeaten for 10 years and doesn't fight Deontay Wilder, I'll take that.
Hey, I'm done. He said if he don't fight Wilder ever, I'll take that. So man, what else is there to say? You'll take that because that means your cash cow. That's one less threat that could possibly beat him. He said if they don't fight, he's good with that. So why would I believe that Wilder is the holdup when the opposing side, the founder of Matchroom, just says if they never fight, in layman's terms, he said if they never fight, I'm good with that. That means you just want one less fight, one less threat, one less major threat with crazy power in his right hand. What else can they say? What are they gonna say? Oh, is the Black Channel? They're gonna be, hey, this is the new shit. They're gonna be the Black Channels. They keep bringing up old shit. Like the interview was from yesterday. It ain't no old. Why do they bring up old shit? When will they get over it? Well, I mean, once again, when have you ever seen Wilder's side say these statements? When did Shelly Finkel say, I'll be happy if Wilder never fights Joshua? When did he say that? Ever. When did Jay Diaz say that? When did Mark Breland? Anybody? When did Wilder? And see, that's how you know what it is. Wilder never said half of the shit AJ said. Wilder didn't say, oh, angel and devil. Wilder talking about, I got two devils. and they both so frustrated. Like, he's not doing that. AJ's the one saying, I got the devil and the angel and, you know what I mean, good versus evil, trying to tell me what to do, man in a suit. And Wilder's not talking about no man in a suit. The Vampire Stream. I'm out. Tell these young boys to catch up. They got a lot of explaining to do. So I'm gonna get some sleep. Hopefully we get some Eddie Hearn interview. Do one of them hour-long interviews now. You see how I've been streaming? But you see, I can do this because I don't feel like I've been in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? But let's see. Hopefully AJ does an hour-long interview or Hearn does an hour-long interview and they set the record straight. But it seems like it's looking shaky. There's some discord in that. When your own pops is saying the opposite of what you said, and he started this gangster shit. And this the motherfucking thanks I get. Like, he started his company. And you want me to believe that side now? Like, in regards to this fight? So he's clearly, Wilder's too big of a risk. So, like I told y'all before, all that Joseph Parker's a more difficult fight, Povetkin's a more difficult fight, they don't believe that. Just like I knew. They don't believe that. Because why would, just listen to it. Why would Barry Hearn say, if AJ goes unbeaten for 10 years, I'll take that. I'm good with that. But he didn't say that about Povetkin. He didn't say that about Parker. The reason I know he didn't say that is because they're fighting. You know what I'm saying? So once again, why is it cool to stall Wilder out for 10 years, possibly never fight him, or wait? I don't even know how old Wilder is, but I really feel like maybe he's 30. Maybe 31, 32. So you want to wait till Wilder's 42 to fight him? That's doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Okay, he's 32. So you want to wait till he's 42 to possibly fight him. And if it sounds like he's saying if he never fights him, he's good with that. Crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like this. Like a team just like everything, every which way. You know, that's the new word. Every which way. Every which way you turn, it's a contradiction. You are mistaken. How am I mistaken? He won't make what walk? What are you talking about? Y'all just be saying whatever. Just know what channels try to steer you in the right direction. I know I was one of them. Bro, nobody give a fuck what you talking about. He's talking about Fury won't fight Wilder. You don't know shit. You don't know what the hell is going on with that. See, but just so you guys know, new media. These dudes come in with no stripes, no credentials, no track record, no paper trail, no list of accomplishments, and we're supposed to believe you. Your name is Chiara. You sound like a goddamn Thundercat. And you're telling me that Tyson Fury won't fight Wilder. Why would I believe you when I don't know you? I don't know your track record for being right or wrong or anything. You have no connection to the Fury is looking for hype. He is still too heavy. Bro, no one knows you. No one knows. You don't have any stripes in this game. It's a girl's name, but no one knows you, whoever you are. Man, woman, it don't matter. No one knows you. You saying, see the stuff that I'm saying, new media, a lot of it is just based off of facts and patterns and stuff. Some of it's my insight, but I earned my stripes in this game to the point where my opinion mattered. You're saying something based on not one fact, right? And you're just guessing. Tell me what is Tyson's fighting weight. I'm not telling you shit. Like, what do you? This stream is not about you. I'm just saying you're saying the fight's not gonna happen, but it's based on what? Based on what? How do you know? Because he's too heavy now, so he can't. So if he fights in November, he can't get in shape by then, and he's already not in bad shape now. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not even entertaining this. Whatever. Listen, if you ain't trying to bet no stacks, I don't care. I'm not arguing with you. Bet $5,000 that it don't. If you ain't betting no money, then we don't have nothing to talk about. Put some stacks up. How much you got? You want to bet 1,000? You want to bet 1,000? See, I gotta get. I need bread from y'all. Y'all want to waste my time talking? Because Tyson Fury said he signed the contract yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Bet some stacks. How much you willing to lose? See? You see, she said not a betting gal. You see how that works? See, they say all this radical shit. They say all this radical shit, and then when it comes to money, they never put no money up. I'm not a betting gal. Remember that I said that? You look stupid now, nothing signed. All right, you out of here, bitch. Get this bitch up out of here. I run shit. You annoying as fuck. That was easy. That was probably a dude anyway. But anyway, you see, I'm not a betting gal, and so that's the same thing the last dude said. So it said raggedy bitch. It's the same old story, y'all. Every time I try to put some money up, okay. You're coming on the page sounding super radical, talking about, no, Fury, he's not going to walk. He's not going to do it. He's going to bail out. And you sound so certain, so sure of yourself, so stern, so assertive, so in the know. And then all of a sudden, you see that confidence drop. All right, let's bet some stacks. I'm tired of talking. How much you putting up? I'm not a betting gal. Get the fuck out of here then. You see? How are you that confident until it comes time to place your bet? If you really believe in what you say, like the way you're making it sound, right? Then why does that confidence drop to zero when it comes to putting some money up? But you so certain that he's not going to do it. That's easy money for you then. You bet 1,000, you just gained 1,000. You got 2,000 in the bank now. But they don't do that. I'm not the betting type. But yeah, conveniently. Because most of y'all motherfuckers that talk ain't got the money. Y'all just like to talk. Talk. But you ain't got your bread up. I'm done. I ain't got nothing else to say. Can't wait to see them videos and excuses later on today. Shout out to the Army. We got this. Thank you for everybody tuning in, believing in the new media movement. Shout out to Barry Hearn. He knew media. He made my job way easy. Way easy. Man, Fury gets respect, win, lose, or draw, just for taking the Wilder fight. You know, he's not waiting 2 years. He's been out for over 2 years, and he ain't even trying to wait 2 years. So that says a lot about Fury's fighting character. Ego Army, Ego Navy, Ego Mafia. We are the mob. Money on top of boxing. Good night. Holla at the boy.